According to a report that was released yesterday, this came from the House Judiciary Committee, the Biden administration has caught and released into the United States, into the interior, at least 99 illegal migrants who were on the terror watch list. Unbelievable. This report also revealed that the Border Patrol has encountered tens of thousands of migrants from countries that could present national security risk. Countries like Afghanistan, China, Iran, Syria. And by the way, these numbers don't even include the more than 2 million individuals that got away who are now somewhere in the United States. I was actually on a Codell on the border, and the day before I was there, 4 of these individuals from these countries that are highly suspicious, 4 individuals were caught right there under our nose. Well, joining me now to discuss all of this is Tom McClintock, a great member of Congress. He's a chairman, among other things, of the Subcommittee on Immigration, Integrity, Security, and Enforcement. Congressman McClintock, welcome to Washington Watch. Great to have you.
Oh, it's great to see you, Jody.
Well, it's great to see you again. Miss you, but thank you for coming on the program here with us. All right, tell us about this report. You're right in the thick of it there on the Judiciary Committee. What have we learned so far?
Well, it simply fleshes out what the FBI director has been warning us for several years now. This constitutes, in his words, a massive security threat to the United States. You mentioned we've seen 375 potential terrorists, suspected terrorists, apprehended at the border, but 99 have been actually released into our country anyway. That 375 is a 3,000% increase over the Trump years. And remember, just 19 terrorists killed 3,000 Americans on 9/11. But you put your finger on exactly what's my greatest fear and is emphasized in the report. 2 million gotaways that we know absolutely nothing about that entered this country while the Border Patrol was completely overwhelmed processing illegals into the country at the orders of the Biden-Harris administration. Now, remember a few years ago when Biden-Harris abandoned Bagram, they released 5,000 of the most dangerous terrorists on the planet in one day. Now, one of those terrorists showed up at Kabul airport and detonated the bomb that killed 13 U.S. service members 10 days after they were released. Here's the problem. We don't know where the other 5,000 are, but it's a good bet that more than a few of them are among the 2 million gotaways who've entered this country under this administration. Wow.
I've got a quote here from the report. It actually says that although American communities already feel the disastrous effects of the Biden-Harris administration's immigration policies, the worst could still be yet to come. How concerned, Congressman McClintock, how concerned should we be about all this?
I don't think it's any longer a question of whether we're going to see a major terrorist attack from elements that have come in through the southern border. The only question is when. I mean, think about this. Under this administration, all you've got to do is flag down a Border Patrol officer. You're virtually guaranteed of admittance into our country. You have free ride anywhere you want to go, free snacks, free clothes, free medical care, free meals, free legal assistance, free cell phones, free housing. Within 6 months, you get work authorization. And when your case comes up years from now and you're ordered deported, the administration won't enforce that order. So under those circumstances, why would anybody want to evade the Border Patrol? Well, 2 million have gone out of their way to enter this country without signing up with the Border Patrol. And the only reason I can think of is that they're hiding a criminal record or they intend to commit crimes in this country. And that's what keeps me awake at night. We don't know, but it's coming.
Well, it keeps a lot of us awake. Last question for you, Congressman Tom McClintock. How should not only this current administration be handling this for the safety of the American people, but we're about to see a future administration. So how should any administration in the White House be dealing with this?
Well, that's the good news. We know how to secure the border because we did it under the Trump administration. Under the same laws we have today, Donald Trump secured that border. On Inauguration Day, our border was secure. Phony asylum claims had been cut to a trickle. The border wall was nearing completion, and we were actually enforcing court-ordered deportations. The Border Patrol was able to focus its attention on stopping of potential terrorists very effectively. All of those policies were rescinded by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris on the very first day they took power. And we've seen now a population literally the size of the state of Arizona admitted into this country in the last 3 years as a result of their policies. And with them, the terrorist threat that's magnified greatly. I'm really concerned about two things. Either we're going to see a coordinated terrorist attack in the near future, or we're going to see the kind of cartel violence that's now become commonplace in Mexico and is now moving into our cities and towns. All of this was preventable. All of this can be prevented again, but it's going to require a very big change in public policy, a change back to the policies of the Trump administration when our country was safe and our borders were secure. History is screaming this warning at us. Countries that either cannot or will not secure their borders simply aren't around very long.
Can't thank you enough, Congressman Tom McClintock. Thank you so much for coming on Washington Watch and helping to break all this down for us. Godspeed to you, my friend.